What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? How you doing? We're going to take a little look tonight and see what the outlook is for 2025. Not really 100% sure exactly how I'm going to lay these readings out, but the general idea that I'm kind of throwing out there is that we're just going to see what the hell comes through. Love, general, career, finance, friends, family, whatever wants to come through. It's anything goes. I'm just whatever wants to come through. Outlook for 2025. So, for those of you in need of a personal reading, just check the description of this video. That's where you'll find everything you need to know. All right, y'all. Let's jump into this. Let's see what we got for Aries. What's the outlook for 2025 for Aries? Anything that wants to come through. Anything that wants to come through. Whatever Aries needs to hear about the most. And you know that Aries, the way it comes through for you is the way I'm going to read it for the rest of the signs too. Uh-oh, looks like you're starting off 2025 a little bit lonely. Oh, wow, okay. So it's honestly looking like it's probably going to be a little bit lonely. Probably for some of you. You're taking a little solo trip, but whatever it is you're working on financially, I think is really going to start working out in your favor if it hasn't already. Looks like you've got financial blessings headed your way, especially those of you who are starting a business. It may look like things are going bad financially, but you're going to come out the other side on top of all that. And I think that may be one of the reasons why the universe is kind of putting you on a little path by yourself right now, because you're being prepared for a much higher calling. But it's like there's going to be so many open doors of opportunity that make themselves available to you. You won't even know where to start. Won't even know where to start. In regards to love, though, for those of you who have your eye on somebody specifically, if you're wondering if they're communicating, it doesn't look like it through the first half of 2025. Not right now. Those things are subject to change. I do think this person kind of keeps their eye on you. There is still a sense of unfinished business between the two of you. But the universe is preparing you for bigger and better things. So I would just recommend that you're picky and choosy about who you let come into your life. Because I'm telling you, the universe is preparing you for bigger and better things. If you can just kind of trust the universe, block everything else out, don't worry about trying to find somebody to bring into your life. Don't try to chase. Don't pursue. Just worry about attracting. Man, I'm going to tell you what, by the end of the year, blessings that are fucking unimaginable can be making their way into your life, including financial abundance and your divine life partner. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. I think these are just going to be one spread readings. All right, Taurus. What is the outlook for 2025 for Taurus? And for those of you just now tuning in, this isn't just love. It's not just general. It's just whatever wants to come through. General, love, career, finance, anything. How's the outlook for 2025 for Taurus universe? Oh, Two of Swords. Okay, so you may have a decision to make in regards to somebody from the past. Hang on. Oh, man, financial blessings for you too. Look at that. It's going to be a big financial year, y'all. It's going to be a scary financial year, but a big financial year. Hang on, let me just see what else comes through. Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be communication from somebody from your past. Yup. So you're going to kind of have a decision to make as far as that goes. And you know what? I think it won't really be all that hard to make that decision, though. It won't. Especially for those of you who still feel some unfinished business with this person. This is telling me that a 5-minute conversation with this person, that'll be it. You'll pretty much see that they are the exact same person that you walked away from. You've been growing and they have not. So it almost kind of feels like if you do have any feelings, they're immediately turned off. Immediately. And you release this by default. By complete and total default. Man, financial abundance for you too, though. Especially those of you on a venture to start your own business or whatever the case may be. And I am seeing the potential for commitment with somebody, but I don't know if I would say that it's your divine life partner. I don't know if I would say that. However, I do see you being able to connect with somebody that, even though it's not your divine life partner, there is potential to build a life partnership. You know that not everybody who's building a life partnership is doing so with their divine life partner. Not everybody. Just because you build a life partnership with somebody doesn't mean that is your person. But at the end of the day, if you're able to and willing to build the life partnership, does it matter? That's for you to decide. To me, it doesn't particularly, but I do see you being able to connect with somebody where there's a lot of potential to build a life partnership. But I'm thinking that you're probably going to be faced with somebody from the past, so you can close that cycle out first. Okay? All right. Gemini. And by the way, this is mainly, most of this is the first half of 2025. Unless I mention something that I see coming way later on in 2025, this is mainly the first half. Gemini, what's the outlook for 2025 for Gemini? General, anything that wants to come through. Uh-oh, Queen of Swords reversed. Uh-oh. Okay, ooh, in regards to some situation, more than likely to do with a potential love interest. Especially those of you dealing with somebody that's been kind of beaten around the bush. If you haven't dealt with that person yet, it's coming. I see you connecting with somebody. Some of you are already connected with this person that is just beating around the bush. It's not really going anywhere. This is moving really, really, really slow. And I'm seeing you just getting so pissed off that you just snap. I don't know if it's going to pop off into some drama, but I'm thinking that you're going to just kind of get pissed off, snap, and kind of go into hiding for a little bit. And you'll probably end up doing a bunch of accidental healing. Accidental. You won't even realize you're doing it. Some of you may not even mean to do it, but you're doing quite a bit of accidental healing. And right as soon as you start to become comfortable with that, boom, that's when a love offer comes through that actually, I think this is something that you've been working on manifesting, but you either gave up on it or forgot about it. And believe it or not, that is a part of the manifestation path. Whatever it is that you're working on manifesting, it can't manifest until after you let it go. It cannot. Until after you release it. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, okay. All right, well, trying to figure out some advice to give that situation. I'm afraid that if I do that, if I say the wrong thing, I could accidentally trigger you to take the wrong timeline. I don't want to do that. This honestly kind of looks like something that's going to unfold the way that it's supposed to. Might be a little bit frustrating, a little bit annoying. You might get a little bit pissed off, But I am thinking that as long as you continue on this path you're on right now, you might go through a frustrating period throughout the first half of 2025. But if you stay on the path you're on right now, you could potentially be involved with something that is much more successful than anything you imagined by the end of the year. But that's assuming you stay on the path. All right, Cancer. What's the outlook for 2025 for Cancer? Woo! 4 of Wands, though. Ooh, you're being tested. Ooh, you're being tested. Okay. You are being tested. Yes, yes, yes. That's good. Okay. So what that means is that most of you don't have any prominent miscellaneous contracts due to come in. You know, like of all the soul contracts you write in your lifetime, only a little handful of them are definite. Like me and you, when we go down to earth, we're fucking coming together no matter what. There's only a handful of them that are definite. But there are, oh my God, so many kind of backup contracts, you know, and I don't really focus too much on those. But I don't see that you have any prominent miscellaneous contracts, like no karma that's fucking due. So what that means is it's time to level up. Before you level up, you will be tested. Now, don't let that freak you out. People get so scared when you say that, okay? Don't let that freak you out. When you're tested, that doesn't happen the way a soul contract happens. The way a soul contract happens is you and another person are magnetically drawn towards each other, okay? Your life will start arranging itself in a way that keeps bringing you and this person together, and it makes it very difficult to avoid. You have free will to do whatever you want, but it makes it challenging to avoid. Now, when you're tested, it's not like that. When you're being tested, all the universe does is opens up a door of opportunity and dangles a carrot just to see what you do. And it will always encompass something that you have experienced before. You're never tested surrounding a situation that's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Ever. Ever, never, ever. How can you be tested like that? You know, when you very first make it to the 8th grade, on the very first day, they don't tell you to take the test for the 9th grade. No, you got to go through the 8th grade before you're tested for the 9th grade. And when they test you for the 9th grade, what are you tested on? All the fucking shit you learned in the 8th grade, right? So that's the same way in life. So you're going to be tested. Your intuition is going to be tested. The universe is going to pop open a door of opportunity, and it's going to somehow, some way encompass something that you've experienced before. And this is a test of your intuition. So far, it's looking like you're passing the test, because whoever this person is that you're connecting with, something feels seriously off about this situation. Seriously off. And your defenses are immediately triggered. Because, yeah, you're closing out a cycle. 2024 was the gradual transitionary process out of an old cycle and into a new cycle. Thank you, Yvette, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. For those of you who passed the test, boom, long-term commitment. For those of you who don't pass the test, well, you'll get sucked back in and repeat a past cycle. All right, cool. Okie dokie. Leo. What's the outlook for 2025 for Leo? Leo. Leo, Leo. Ooh, some of you could be starting a new job, possibly. I see work being very, very prominent. Whether you're starting a new job, yeah, I think a lot of you are starting a new job. Could be starting a new business for some of you. I think a lot of you are going to be starting a new business. A lot of you are going to end up self-employed by 2026. A whole lot of you. A lot of you, whether you're ready for it or not. Yep. Okay. Ooh, but so for those of you who are in a current relationship that's experiencing problems, especially if you've been looping around in a cycle for the past couple of years, this relationship doesn't look like it's about to survive 2025. No, it don't. Now, for those of you who are single, I am seeing a love offer coming in, but it's hard to say whether or not it's anything that's going to be serious and long-term with the Ace of Wands reversed there. And for those of you who are wondering about a past person, there's a lot of energy indicating that you could have a past person return. And the way the energy looks on that is it's no different than it was when y'all separated. So I would be careful on that. Any of you about to make a leap of faith with a past person, if the energy is the same on both parts, you'll repeat the cycle. A lot of stuff going on for y'all, just about everybody. I am not seeing a boring year for any of the Leos, but mainly for the singles, at least one in the first half of 2025, potential love interest coming in, at least one. Some of you, there could be multiple love options come in, but it's hard. I'm not seeing anything indicating that you're like connecting with somebody on a really, really, really deep level right away. So what I would personally do if I was you, well, what I am doing, and this is just what I'm doing, for 2025, man, for the first time in 5 years, I'm taking my hands off the wheel and just letting the universe guide me. Haven't done that in a long time, since 2019, about 2019, 2020. I've been putting forth lots of work. Now, 2025, I don't know about you, but I'm taking my hands off the wheel. All right, universe, dude, it's on you now. You take the wheel. I would recommend that if you don't want to do that, at least be careful. Don't white knuckle that steering wheel, because there's going to be lots of twists and turns this year. Lots of them. Okay? All right, Virgo. Virgo, what's the outlook for 2025 for Virgo? Woo! King of Cups. Judgment. Ooh, well, there is definitely a divinely guided connection coming in. One of those prominent soul contracts that I was telling you about. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I think 2024 was mainly a closing out cycle. 2024 was a cycle closing out. 2025 is the new cycle birthing. So it's kind of hard to describe that, because most of the time, unless you fight the death process, which that's a different topic for a different time, but most of the time, a cycle doesn't just change overnight. Again, unless you fight the death process and the universe has to kick the tower over, usually changing a cycle is a slow, gradual, transitionary process out of one cycle and into the next one. So by the time it's all said and done, when you look back on it, it's hard to really put a finger on exactly when it happened, because they kind of flow together, you know. But you definitely have a very prominent soul contract coming in. There's somebody coming into your life that is going to be extremely difficult to avoid, whether you're ready for it or not, whether you want it or not. Some of you might even be at a point where you ain't even wanting it. Or some of you might even be at a point where you got so much going on that you don't even have fucking time for it. Don't matter. Don't matter. Don't matter. You're going to have to make accommodations for this because this is happening. Okay? And I think that it will more than likely be, it's at least a long-term contract. Will it actually be long-term commitment? We'll see. But that's what's in the contract. It is a long-term soul contract. And for some of you, this may not be all of you, but for some of you, it could be somebody at a distance. So for a couple of you, their 2025 might involve contemplating whether or not you're going to be traveling and relocating for a new connection. And again, for a whole lot of you, it's going to happen either when you least expect it, when you're not interested, or when you don't have time for it. One of the two. That's not an accident when that happens that way. Matter of fact, I just broke down and explained the science behind how and why that happens to 3 personal clients tonight. There is science behind why that happens. That's not a coincidence. It's not something that happens sometimes to some people. That's the way it happens. And there's quantum physics behind why. All right, well, okay. These are one spread readings, y'all. Just a quick general outlook, mainly for the first half of 2025, unless I see something prominent that is later. I'll let you know. All right, Libra. What's the outlook for Libra for 2025? Hang on, I'm not feeling that deck. Where? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, Libra. Outlook for 2025 for Libra. Boom, 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 boom. What's the 2025 outlook for Libra universe? Ooh, the Moon card. Some of you dealing with a Pisces, possibly. And remember, this is love and general. Whatever wants to come through, I'm not holding anything back. Okay. Ooh, some of y'all. Ooh, okay. I'm thinking there is somebody that's gonna open up and express their feelings for you. There is somebody that's going to open up and express their feelings for you. And I think a relationship is being attempted between the two of you. And I do think this is somebody you have your eye on. However, this is telling me that, see, right now, or I don't know about right now, but before this happens, it could be right now for some of you, but there's somebody you have your eye on. Okay, so what you're doing is you're painting a picture in your mind of this person, of what this relationship would be. You know, that's just the way we operate. We paint pictures in our minds. The minute this person comes forward, opens up and expresses their feelings, the energy changes immediately. Immediately. And I think this has to do with a third party. Now, what kind of third party? I don't know. Is it somebody that they're seeing on the side? Or are you somebody they're seeing on the side? Or is it a jealous, salty fucking ex that's coming in here and fucking with shit? I don't know, but I'm feeling like there is some kind of third party fucking drama that's going to be happening here. Yup. Yup, yup. Some of you interested in a Capricorn. I have Capricorn, 2 Aries cards, and Pisces here. I got Aquarius that just jumped out on the floor here too. So if I could give a little bit of personal insight onto the situation, I would say that just don't jump straight in with somebody that you don't really know all that well. Take things slow. I know this sounds corny, but with situations like this, it's so tricky to be able to pinpoint somebody's actual intentions sometimes. But I'm just feeling like for a lot of you, this situation is something that maybe you don't really know the person all that well. You know, like for example, maybe it's somebody you know at work. And you know them at work, but you know nothing about their outside life. And you're really interested in them. You all have conversations every day at lunch, and you think you know them real well. You've been talking to them for the last 6 months, and they've painted a completely false picture of who they are in your mind. And then as soon as you jump in and see their actual life, you see that they are nothing like who you thought they were. That's just an example. Let this person in slowly. Get to know them in every area and aspect of their life before you extend or accept an offer. Because if you jump in with your expectations through the roof, that's when this could turn ugly. So, damn. Man, all the readings were looking pretty positive, man, until that one. That's the only one so far that's looked a little bit negative. I don't like reading negative readings, y'all. I really don't. I really don't. But if that's what comes through, I'm going to read it. So, okay. Scorpio. What's the outlook for 2025 for Scorpio? So, King of Coins reversed. Boom! Knight of Wands reversed. Oh, shit. Ah! This is the same thing that came through for Cancer. You're being tested. You're being tested. Damn. So, okay, I'm pretty much going to tell you the same thing I told Cancer. For those of you who are watching this live or just sitting and watching the whole video, you can skip through this part because I'm just going to tell Scorpio the same thing I told Cancer. You're going to be tested. Okay. Now, don't let that freak you out. When you're tested, I think probably the first thing to keep in mind about a test is that you're never going to be tested in regards to something that you've never experienced before. Every time the universe tests you, it will always encompass something that you've experienced before. And the point is to see if you learned your lesson. That's the first thing to keep in mind. The second thing to keep in mind is that when it's a test, this person is not going to push their way into your life. I'm not going to say that you won't feel like attracted to them or anything like that, but you won't feel that heavy, intense, insanely intense feeling of being magnetically drawn into somebody's life. Your life will not start arranging itself in a way that just keeps bringing the two of you together. You know how it is when there's a soul contract, and it's like, it almost kind of seems like you can't really avoid it. It seems like it, you know? That's not what happens when you're tested. When you're tested, what the universe does is it opens a door of opportunity and it dangles a carrot just to see how you'll respond or how you'll react. I'll give my little generic example, okay? Do you have a store that you go to every day, like a gas station? You know, most of us, I think, have that one gas station that we go to very frequently. You know, either it's next to our house or maybe next to where you work or something like that. Or maybe it's just the place that has the cheapest gas in town or whatever. Well, anyway, here's the example. One day you go in there and there's a new hire working in there. And this person starts fucking hitting on you. And I mean, hitting on you, like hardcore. They're not pushing their way into your life. I mean, your life isn't really unfolding in a way that's pulling this person into your life. There's just an open door of opportunity. Hey, baby, what's up, cutie? Hey, you looking good today? Hey, how you doing? Oh, man, I'm glad to see you today. You're the prettiest thing I've seen all day. Fucking hitting on you, right? Open door of opportunity. What are you going to do? Now, that's just a go-to example, okay? This can happen in so many different kinds of ways, but it's just an open door of opportunity. Best case scenario, you're like, something feels funny about that person. Even if they're attractive, they could be incredibly attractive, but something don't feel right. something doesn't feel right. I don't think I want to go there. You fine as fuck, but something feels off about you. Not doing that. I'm gonna stay away from the store for a little bit. Poof, you passed the test with flying colors. Then the next time you go into that store next month, poof, they're gone. You never see that person again. The only reason why that person was meant to cross your path like that was to test you. See what I'm saying? Now, again, when you are tested, why are you tested? That's the question. Why? Because it's time to level up. So, assuming that you pass the test, that would mean that what's on the other side of this is on a whole new vibrational level. Since the primary law is the law of vibration, and the secondary law is the law of attraction, when you move to a whole new vibrational level, you attract a person on a new vibrational level. When you're in a new connection that's on a new vibrational level, a different outcome will manifest. See what I'm saying? That's good. That is good. So the only personal input that I would give is pay attention to how the energy feels. And you have to know what to look for. Pay attention to how the energy feels and approach the situation from a place of abundance. Do you know that if we could get every single human being on this planet on a vibration of abundance, you wouldn't just let anything or anyone come into your life? Do you have any idea how many people we bring into our life because we're on a vibration of lack and need? Most relationships right now are formed on the frequency of need, lack, and emptiness. And that's the whole reason they brought the person into their life. If you're on a vibration of abundance, you're not just going to bring any person into your life. Your bullshit-o-meter will be so fucking sensitive that you'll be able to smell bullshit from a mile away. I don't care how attractive the person is. I don't care how much money they got. You'll smell the bullshit from a mile away. All right. Who is that? Scorpio? All right, Sagittarius. What's the outlook for 2025 for Sagittarius? Ooh, King of Wands reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. Page of Swords. Okay, so, and then the World card reversed. I'm thinking that you are reconnecting with somebody from the past in the first half of 2025. Now, oddly enough, this is layered because I'm thinking the reason the universe is bringing this person back into your life is to give you an opportunity to get closure. Now, oddly enough, since the King and Queen of Wands both came out reversed back to back right next to each other, you all are on the right track towards getting closure. But somehow, some way, somebody is triggering something in this situation. You all are both right on the right track of letting this go, letting go of each other. I don't know what's happening here. Somebody says the wrong thing. Somebody does the wrong thing. And some past energy is being triggered, which is doing the exact opposite of what it's supposed to do, which could in turn trigger a lot of old energies up to the surface and kind of bring you back to square one again. Knocking you all off balance. Damn, dog. Well, that happens sometimes. So what that indicates, matter of fact, I read for a client a situation very similar to this a couple of weeks ago. What that means when that happens, just to let you all know, what that means when that happens is that you weren't healing. That's what that means. Most people think that just because something happened a long time ago and they forgot about it, that they're healed. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you reconnect with somebody and all those feelings start to bubble back up to the surface, you're not healed. And oddly enough, that's actually kind of a good thing. This may sound kind of paradoxical, but when the pain and the frustration are fresh on your mind, that's when it's easiest to work with. When it's painful. I know that sounds fucked up and weird, but it's fresh on your mind. Healing requires conscious work and conscious effort. Most of us don't want to do that. I don't blame you. It sucks. I don't like doing it either. We want to just bury it, stuff it away, run from it, and forget about it. Well, the universe will bring that person back into your life. And what's going to happen? It's going to trigger all that shit to bubble back up to the surface again. So I would say that if that happens, take that as a favor that the universe is doing you. I know it's going to feel fucked up. It doesn't sound right, but the universe is doing you a favor. When all that shit bubbles back up to the surface, now you can work with transmuting it and releasing it. So, okay. All right. Wow, this is going to be a pretty heavy situation. Pretty heavy. Proceed with caution, though. I don't think this person's coming forward with solid intentions either. I don't think so. So proceed with caution on that. All right. Capricorn. Capricorn, what's the outlook for 2025? Capricorn. For those of you just now tuning in, these are not just love readings. This is whatever wants to come through. Love, career, finance, friends, family, general, whatever. Just whatever wants to come through. Whatever you need to hear the most in the moment. Ooh, Sun card reverse. Some of you dealing with a Leo, possibly. Man, the goddamn Death card keeps coming out for everybody. So, for those... Oh, okay. I see something coming to an end and something new beginning. Okay. So for those of you who are inquiring about a past person, I think you're finally putting that to rest. For those of you who have been being strung along by a potential new person, you're also putting that to rest. But I am seeing something totally new coming in. You're no longer waiting on any past people, any potential new people, or even if you're dealing with a new person and it's just not moving forward, you're not waiting on that. I think you're putting anything to rest that is not serving your highest good and is holding you back, and you're jumping headfirst into something brand new. For those of you who are waiting on a callback or an offer from a job, I'm not seeing that happen in the first half of 2025. You're starting a new relationship with somebody, though. That's about all this is telling me. But what kind of concerns me is the World card and the Judgment reversed. So it is good. It is good to release anything that's obviously working against you. That's good. However, there is still a sense of unfinished business. Now, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you keep in mind that it will have to be healed later. It will. It'll have to be healed later. And what did I just tell Sagittarius? What most of us want to do is we want to push that stuff down, bury it, and forget about it. I get it. I do too, man. I do too. However, if we do that, it will end up bubbling back up to the surface later on down the line, somehow, some way. whether you reconnect with that person or the universe puts you in a situation that triggers that energy somehow, it's going to bubble back up to the surface at some point later on down the line. So, hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know, if you got to put something behind you for a little bit and put it behind you and move forward, hey, that's cool. But just don't bury that shit. Don't run from it. Don't let it start sinking into the pit of your subconscious mind. It's going to have to be healed. If it doesn't, if you do that, if you jump into a new relationship and try to use this new relationship to distract you from that past energy and just wait till it buries itself, you have about 80% chance of relationship failure by 2027. Okay? So just keep that in mind. But letting go of anything that's fighting against you and starting something new. New love coming in. And there's potential as long as you take the proper energetic pathway. All right. Aquarius. Outlook for 2025 for Aquarius. Tower card reversed. For those of you wondering, so some of you are scared to death that something horrible is going to happen to you. If that's you, I'm being told to tell you, no, it's not. No, it's not. You might get right to the brink of something horrible happening, but it's not. Okay? I don't know who needs to hear that, but the Tower reverse came out. For some of you, that could be an attempted reconciliation with a past person, though. But hang on, let me see what comes through with it. Nine of Swords. I'm thinking that this is mainly for those of you who are worried to death that something horrible is going to happen. Like if you're worried that you're going to lose your job or you're something bad. I don't know. Whatever it is you're worried about. You tell me what this is. What's this? What are you worried about? I'm being told to tell you, relax. Relax. For those of you who are waiting to hear from a past person, though, I do think that they are keeping an eye on you. There's still silent tension here, but they're kind of giving you the silent treatment and still ignoring this connection. I'm still seeing waiting if you're waiting on a past person. Whatever. For those of you worried about, maybe some of you are worried that something bad is going to happen to your job or your finances. No. Matter of fact, I think 2025 is going to take a very unexpected turn for the best financially for you. Right when you least expect it, boom, your money is going to go. It might look like something bad's happening, right? You might be put in some situations where you think everything's falling apart, or you think it's about to, but it's going to take a very sudden, unexpected turn. It looks really good. So, also, when it comes to love, the next person coming in is a brand new person that you do not know, that you have not connected with, okay? So, just to go ahead and throw it out there, anybody that you have your eye on, in the last week of 2024 or the first week of 2025, it's not them. The next person coming in is a brand new person. When they come in, it's going to be somebody you've never connected with before, ever. All right. Pisces. Damn, we're already done, aren't we? Pisces. What's the outlook for 2025 for Pisces? Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Ooh, Two of Swords reversed. So some kind of final decision is being made in 2025 regarding something. You're walking away from something. Walking away from something. So who is this person that you're walking away from? You're walking away from some person. Some of you, it's a person that you just have too much, especially if it's a current person, a current relationship, and there's just too much drama, too much childish, unnecessary shit, whatever fucked up situation. But for some of you, it could be a past person too, with the death card in the reverse. This is kind of similar to the Capricorn energy. Whatever it is that's working against you, whatever it is, I think this is across the board. Doesn't matter if it's a current relationship, if it's a past person, if it's a person you're on and off with, if it's a potential love interest, if it's a new person where things just aren't really getting up off the ground, whatever type of person or situation that isn't flowing with you, that isn't working with you, that's just working against you, you're walking away from it. Completely walking away from it. And I think a lot of you are making a decision to go solo for a little bit, right? Because for a lot of you, whatever this situation is, it's just draining the fucking life force energy out of you, completely draining you. So you're going to go, and a lot of you are going to intentionally take a little solo journey, but boom, you're going to end up very unexpectedly in something long-term before 2025 is over. Depending on when you choose to walk away from this will depend on when that happens. And so for those of you who do that like now in January, I could see that happening by summertime. And for those of you who wait until around spring or summer, probably by fall or winter. But it really just depends. It depends on how quickly you walk away. It depends on how much healing work you choose to do when you do walk away. And it depends on your vibration. But a lot of you, the majority of you who make a decision to walk away from something that is working against you and not serving your highest good will more than likely end up connecting with somebody that will spend a very, very, very long portion of your life with you. Okay? So, all right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.